listening to 90.7 FM WKGC, Panama City.
Welcome back to Doing Dinner. It's Thursday at noon. And today on Doing Dinner, I'm your host, Chef Chris, and we're throwing a little smoke on the fire, lighting a few sparklers of flavor, and talking about what freedom tastes like. Enjoy. It's the 4th of July in 1 week, and we're diving into traditions, the table, and the truth behind America's most delicious holiday, because 4th of July, outside of maybe Thanksgiving, is probably my favorite holiday to eat.
Yeah.
But I think it's just I love cooking that style of food. So, you know, whether you're headed to a cookout, lighting up the grill, or just looking for some inspiration to celebrate with heart, we've got you covered. And, you know, we're going to get to cooking. We're going to talk about 4th of July food. But we always paint the picture first.
All right.
You know, we always paint the picture. So let's rewind the clock to 1776. We think of powdered wigs and parchment paper. There was this thing called the Continental Congress, and they were debating liberty by candlelight. But behind the scenes, there was salt pork and Johnny cakes made from cornmeal, hard cider, beans cooked over hearth fires, because even, you know, revolutionaries who are starting a new country need to eat. And basically, the 4th of July has always had a table beneath it. I think every 4th of July celebration also has massive components involved in food and decor. Outside of Christmas, it's probably the holiday we decorate most for in this country. But after the Declaration was signed on July 4th, 1776, Americans immediately began celebrating with food. In the early 1800s, towns would hold these massive public feasts, and some small towns still do it, which is kind of cool, like where everyone in town just like comes to the same place, usually it being a church or like a civic center or community center. But some of the food that they were eating back then was like ox, and they would have barrels of beer, lots of pies. Watermelon has always been around. Even in the early 1800s, people were eating watermelon on 4th of July.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's a day where everyone kind of eats together, regardless of status. You know, community tables stretched everywhere. Food on the 4th of July is very much a civic ritual, I think, and you want to know something? An interesting fact is George Washington gave his troops double rations of rum on the 4th of July. He's like,
that's probably just what they needed, more rum.
Yeah, so that's, you know, drinking on the 4th of July started with George Washington, apparently. Where it's like, celebrate with this, here, take more rum. Which rum is not very American, by the way. It's definitely not. But after emancipation, you know, black Americans made the 4th a personal declaration of freedom, too. And the food was central. And a lot of the food we eat on 4th of July comes from that. So ribs, fried chicken, collard greens, cornbread, peach cobbler, peach ice cream. Best thing about 4th of July, other than fireworks, peach ice cream. And freedom.
Yeah.
You know, these dishes weren't just meals. They were memory and resilience, and they hold cultural legacy. Passed from plantation kitchens to picnic tables, this is the food of America, and it carries stories. So as America grew, so did our flavors here, and immigrant communities layered their own food into the mix. Germans brought something really great to us, the hot dog. Without German immigrants, we would not have hot dogs.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never thought about where they came from.
Hot dogs are from Germany, Frankfurters. Yes.
Right.
Yeah, but we would have never had them if we didn't allow Germans into the country.
Okay.
Yeah. Italians brought grilled peppers and pork, a lot of which goes on sandwiches today. You know, Latino people brought marinated meats and citrus and hot sauce, which is pretty cool. We wouldn't have hot sauce, you know. Like, think about that. The American table now stretches wider, and because of 4th of July, it kind of gets to showcase it all. I think 4th of July, Thanksgiving, we eat Thanksgiving food, and Christmas, we eat kind of Christmas food. But 4th of July, it's like something from everywhere.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Potato salad and hot dogs from Germany, and like street corn dip from, you know, Latin America. And like all of these things kind of come together to create the table, which is fun to think about. Ketchup Ketchup is from Great Britain, actually. Yeah, or at least the originator is. But so, and then came the grill, and that happened after World War II. So cookouts exploded. Backyard barbecues became as American as like the U.S. flag, and that's where you see burgers and ribs and corn, slaw, baked beans. You know, it was very much therapy for a lot of people, I think, because 4th of July is one day that I think everyone has off.
Yes.
It's that and the Super Bowl, which we have done a Super Bowl party, and on the show, actually, which is fun. But, yeah, everyone has the Super Bowl off except for people that are in the football business. But, yeah, it was therapy. Gathering over fire, feeding a crowd, celebrating independence with, you know, a grill spatula in your hand. I think that's very Americana. And even the sides do tell a story, like potato salad from German origin, watermelon, a summer staple that cools the heat and sweetens the day, right? Like pie, portable, shareable, and as about American as you can get. Like apple pie, cherry pie, blueberry pie, all the pies.
You say that's all the pies.
There's across the country on 4th of July, there's always pie cook-offs.
Yes, there.
Yeah. More pie is eaten on 4th of July than any other day, I would guarantee it. So when we gather this year, we're not just grilling, we're like honoring generations who fed each other, often through war, freedom, immigration, innovation. The 4th of July holds its own history in its bites, and I like that. So I like the 4th of July. It's my second favorite holiday.
Okay.
Yeah. Other than Thanksgiving, which is amazing because the food is great. Yesterday, I cooked hot dogs.
Just for no reason?
No, me and my daughter had a hot dog cook-off.
Okay.
I won. But I wouldn't tell her that. So, yeah. But anyway, I think hot dogs are very, very important to 4th of July, right? Like, when you're thinking about, like, why we eat hot dogs on 4th of July and cheeseburgers. It's like our thing. And I'm very partial to this. I am partial to Ruffles chips.
Okay.
Ruffles. Ruffles are the best chips.
Okay.
They're really good with caviar, too.
Wow.
They're great. So, did you know that the hot dog eating contest, do you ever watch that?
Long time ago.
Long time ago?
Yeah.
Well,
you will see it in movies, too.
Yeah.
A lot.
I mean, nothing says USA like eating 70 hot dogs in under 10 minutes. You know, but no, it's actually a national sport. Eating is. So, in the hot dog contest, the Nathan's hot dog eating contest, which is, you've never seen it. It's broadcast on TV every 4th of July. Started in 1916. Yeah, which is crazy. And you're like, what? What in the world? Who thought it was a good idea to say, you know, who's more patriotic? The person who can eat the most hot dogs in 10 minutes.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
And they got a trophy for it, too, don't
they? Yeah, and you win money. So, you know. And more hot dogs are eaten on the 4th of July than any other day. So, it's estimated to be like 150 million hot dogs.
Even more than opening day of baseball?
Even more than opening day of baseball.
Okay.
Everyone celebrates 4th of July. Not everyone celebrates the.
Okay.
I mean, I love opening day of baseball because hot dogs are very quintessential to baseball too. But, you know, so, and like I said, George Washington got everybody drunk. So, double rations of rum for the 4th of July, and yeah. What kind of food do you think about on 4th of July? What does it mean to you, Angela?
4th of July. For me, it's mostly family gathering. I mean, I know it's about the, you know, independence and all of this stuff, but when you go to putting together family and barbecuing, you know, that takes over everything else. Yeah,
I think so too, and I love that. Like I always think, ribs. Smoked chicken, hot dogs. Some people do burgers too, and I think burgers are a great thing to have on 4th of July. But I think it's always got to be a hot dog. Yeah, hot dogs are like. Do you in Detroit? Did y'all do ketchup or mustard?
Both.
Both.
Yes.
I do both too, with relish, It's good. I've had a Chicago dog one time. It was pretty good too, like at Wrigley Field.
Okay,
which was fun.
Probably has like the sauerkraut and all that other.
Yeah, it's got like onions and those little peppers and like
yeah.
the relish is like this nuclear green color. I'm not sure it's actual food, but it's good. It's like Velveeta cheese. It's like we don't know what it is, but it's delicious. So yeah, but I always think about stuff like I love grilled corn on the cob. It's very underrated. I think that's very 4th of July. Potato salad, baked beans, coleslaw. And I got a good idea for some coleslaw on today's show. So it should be really, really fun. And I like making coleslaw with collard greens.
Instead of lettuce or
no, like
with
instead
lettuce?
of cabbage and collard greens, and I mean they're all kind of the same thing.
Okay.
Or Brussels sprouts make a really good slaw too, but they're a winter crop. Whereas collards are still kind of around right now, which is okay. It's very seasonal. And then we'll talk about, like, what 4th of July looks like, because everyone decorates for 4th of July. It's kind of like, you only do it for the day, though, right? So if you drive down Beach Drive in Panama City right now, you see, like, all the flags along Beach Drive, which I love. I love seeing that. It's very patriotic, and it's very cool to see all those flags and what they mean to people. And but I do like that.
And then, like you say, that people don't leave it up like we'll leave our Christmas tree up.
Yeah.
We'll even leave our Halloween lights up.
Yeah, but 4th of July is one day, and then it's gone. Which is fun and kind of cool. It's just one special day. I think boating is really big on the 4th of July, which I've got to do a couple times. Watching the fireworks from the water is amazing. And then fireworks are quintessential, right? So we got to have a big firework party. If you're going to throw a 4th of July party, you got to have fireworks.
Unfortunately.
You don't like fireworks?
No, I'm not a big fan of fireworks now.
Well,
I mean, I they come with the territory, but I'm not finna go out there with a lighter lighting anything.
No, have the professionals do it. The professional fireworks show in Panama City, Florida is very, very good, actually. I think it's great. And then there's a radio station that plays music to the fireworks, which is kind of cool, yeah. So you get the sound and the booms, and I don't know, I think it's really cool. I think fireworks and what they symbolize for 4th of July are really fun, and, you know.
Now, shameless plug, I mean, and it's your fault because you brought up 4th of July, but that Friday, the radio station is having commercial-free radio from 9 a.m. to midnight.
On this Friday?
On WKGC 90.7 FM on the 4th.
Okay.
And so we will not have any programming. Now, you might sit here, you know, us DJs promoting our shows or something like that, but commercial-free.
Well, that's pretty cool.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool. Yeah, I mean, like, wow. Did you know 700 million pounds of watermelon are eaten on the July 4th? That's 2 pounds per American. We eat 2 pounds each of watermelon on 4th of July every year. That's pretty wild.
I could agree. I could agree.
I wonder how much beer is drank on the 4th of July. I bet you it's well into the billions. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just because beer seems to be the thing of choice for the average person.
Yes, yes. But, like, ice cream, also very 4th of July. I think that, especially, like, if you go up into the Northeast, they have these, like, seasonal ice cream shops, like Cape Cod and, like, these little tall, like, North Atlantic small towns. And every one of them has, like, an iconic ice cream shop.
Yes.
You know, I do love ice cream.
Okay.
And I specifically love peach ice cream on 4th of July. It's like one thing that I always do. Even if I don't make it, which I would normally make it, right? Still at least got to go buy it.
Okay.
Yeah, you definitely have to have that.
I don't think I've ever had any peach ice cream.
No?
No.
It's good. It's really good. They've been eating ice cream that's a tradition in the White House, too. To eat ice cream on the 4th of July.
Okay, but not peach, just ice
cream,
cream, period.
I don't know what flavor they do,
but
I would imagine it's something delicious because it's the White House. Unlimited, you know. They can do whatever they want there.
Something traditional.
Something traditional, yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I think that the 4th of July is a very important day, and I love it. I think it's the second best eating day of the year outside of Thanksgiving. And, we're in segment 2 going to talk about the menu and what we're going to see. Stick around because in the next segment, we're going to do exactly that. 4th of July menu with roots, reasons, and recipes. We'll tell the whole story. This is WKGC 90.7, Doing Dinner with Chef Chris.
Find out why President Trump's rhetoric has Canadians boycotting travel to the U.S. this year.
Then you have the nonsense of Canada's the 51st state, which is an insult to Canada.
Only a bully would see civility, humility, kindness, generosity as weak traits of character.
Hear how it sounds from the other side of the border on the next Travel with Rick Steves. Listen Sunday afternoons at 2 on 90.7 FM. WKGC Public Media.
Commodore's Care at Gulf Coast State College highlights how students and employees are making a difference in Bay, Gulf, and Franklin counties. By volunteering, they foster growth and inspire positive change in our community. Learn more about these efforts at gulfcoast.edu/volunteer.
Did you know that you can find WKGC on your favorite podcatcher? That's right. We are available on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Amazon Music, and YouTube. And don't forget, you can stream live to our website or radio apps.
All right, y'all. Welcome back. This is Doing Dinner with Chef Chris on WKGC 90.7 Public Media NPR. And we're about to build a spread worthy of Stars and Stripes. And I've put together a menu that honors tradition, but it has its boots planted right here in Panhandle soil because I like to do everything as locally as I can. And, there's definitely going to be some smoke and some soul, some seasonal, and it's also meant to be shared. I think that 4th of July, you can't do plated dinners. It's got to be family style, right? Mm-hmm. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, and I think my favorite food on 4th of July is ribs. I love ribs.
I do too.
Me too. And I think that they are like the symbol of American barbecue. Some people might say like, oh, pulled pork or brisket has a call to that, but I think it's ribs. Mm-hmm. Whether you do St. Louis style, spare ribs or baby back ribs, it doesn't really matter. As long as you got ribs on a 4th of July menu, I think that you're doing something right. And they are a labor of love. They take some time. Ribs take time. So.
And so my question for you, sauced or not?
I do both.
Okay. All right.
Depends on what kind I'm eating, If you're from Memphis, you don't put sauce on them, but I love sauce on ribs, and I also eat them without sauce too. But I think a nice dry rub with like paprika and garlic and brown sugar and black pepper and some salt, and then just smoked really low and slow over like pecan wood or some. I like citrus wood because I'm from Florida, but until they bend but don't break, because people overcook ribs. Mm-hmm. They're supposed to have a little what I heard Myron Mixon say one time. He's a barbecue legend. He said they're supposed to have a little tug. They're supposed to have a little tug to them. When you eat a rib, it's supposed to tug.
Explain that. What does that mean?
Like, it's supposed to have a bite. It's not actually supposed to fall completely off the bone.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's supposed to have to work for it.
Okay.
But,
I agree.
So I think we do some slow smoked ribs. I like St. Louis style. I think they have more meat on them. And then just do like a brown sugar bourbon glaze on it. And low and slow, probably 5 hours. And, bourbon, molasses, honey. Just put it all over them. Okay. Yeah. Nice and sticky and delicious. And my other favorite thing to make on 4th of July outside of hot dogs, because hot dogs have to be there. They're like quintessential, right? Mm-hmm. Watermelon and hot dogs, 4th of July has to be there. So maybe we don't even talk about those. Maybe people just assume that we're going to have hot dogs and watermelon.
Okay. All right.
Maybe we make a drink with some watermelon. But I really like brining chicken quarters in Coca-Cola, and then like marinating in Coca-Cola, and then smoking them on the grill, or just grilling them, like barbecuing them. But it's really, really good because the Coke is kind of like got this like clove essence to it, and it goes really well with like garlic and salt. And you just let those chicken quarters sit in this Coca-Cola brine. I like to add a little bit of vinegar to it, just to brighten it up a little bit, and then you take the Coca-Cola and some more vinegar and maybe like a little bit of ketchup and mix it together, and you just like brush that over the chicken quarters as they're cooking, and then you get that like that really unique barbecue chicken flavor, which I love, where it's kind of charred. It's got it's got like a little bit of char on it. But you don't have to cook them very long. I like to cook those over open flame, just like old school barbecue chicken, and it's delicious. What do you think about that? Do you like smoked chicken or barbecue chicken?
I prefer it fried.
Well,
but if I have to choose something, I would prefer some sauce on it, so barbecued.
I like fried chicken as well.
Okay, all right.
And you can certainly do fried chicken at a 4th of July party. Especially if you're going to the beach, or you're like going out on a boat, or you're doing something like having some Publix fried chicken. If you're not going to make it, they make great fried chicken at Publix. Their breaded wings are amazing. So
and I will give you a variety of different food, the way it is cooked as well. Especially if you're doing grilled this and
not everyone likes that smoky flavor. So fried chicken might be a really good idea on this 4th of July. Okay. So, I mean, when it comes to hot dogs, everyone has a preference. Some people like them boiled. Some people like them griddled.
Some people like them burnt.
Burnt, like grilled, burnt, yeah.
I have a daughter that likes hers.
Oh, well done.
Yeah.
Okay.
And maybe she just likes the skin part like that. I don't know. I hope she's not listening.
No.
She'll be trying to call.
I'll be talking about my food preferences. But when it comes to sides, I really think that because of what it is, corn is very much an American grain. It's indigenous to the Americas, and it's native to here. So I like to grill it in a husk and then just like slather it, like take the husk off, then just like slather it in like butter and heavy cream or like sour cream, and then green onions and just like a ton of lime, and then maybe like some feta cheese or some queso fresco. Like it's very much street corn, but it's good and delicious. And I love that, especially if it's like a smoked paprika butter. And then there's this stuff called tahine, which is like, a lime-flavored chili seasoning, and you just like sprinkle that on there. It's delicious.
Okay, I'm going to have to go home and try that. I'm over here writing notes.
Yeah, take your notes, man. Street corn is a great dish for 4th of July, and corn grows in the summer. So the hotter it gets, the sweeter it gets, and it's really, really good. Yeah, it's like right prime season for Silver Queen corn right now. So
is the corn in the husk, you just putting it on the fire?
Oh, yeah. And then you take it off.
Not an open flame, though.
No, you just put it on the grill.
Okay.
Yeah, not an open flame. I mean, you can put it on low. If you cook it in the husk, it's easier to get all those hairs off of it.
Okay. Okay.
If you warm it up in the husk, it's easier to peel, and then you can do whatever you want to with it.
Okay.
Yeah.
I never knew that.
Yeah, it's easier.
And in my mind, I'm thinking, would that work with eggs? Because I have the hardest time peeling the shell.
It does not work with eggs. Vinegar, a little salt, and not having fresh egg. Like, the older the egg, the easier it is to peel. Yeah. So if you're going to make deviled eggs, like eggs that are a little bit older, that you've had for a week, are going to be easier to peel than ones that you just,
Okay, that's good to know.
It is. It's a nice little hack. So the older eggs go for peeling.
Okay. Now, are we doing deviled eggs as well?
I don't know. I know we're going to do potato salad, and I like to put eggs in my potato salad.
Okay, so maybe not.
Yeah. I think, I want to do, a buttermilk potato salad with eggs and scallions, green onions, bacon, maybe a little cheddar cheese, like a loaded potato salad, sour cream, Duke's mayonnaise, for sure. Always got to have Duke's mayonnaise. Or QP mayonnaise, but QP mayonnaise is Japanese, and it's a little harder to find.
Okay.
But it's delicious. It's very, very eggy.
So is Duke's not as sweet as, say, Miracle Whip?
I don't know. I've really not ever dabbled with Miracle Whip.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, whatever. You could use it. It's good for coleslaw, I think. But, yeah, I just use mayonnaise.
Okay.
And then you got to have slaw. So we got this bacon and buttermilk potato salad, and it's like Duke's mayo and bacon and some cheddar cheese, scallions, or chives, maybe sour cream, like a loaded potato salad. It's
Mm-hmm.
got to, and it's delicious. And then I think you got to have coleslaw. Do you like coleslaw on your hot dogs? I love coleslaw on my hot dogs.
Well, not on my hot dog. I do like coleslaw, though.
You do?
Yes, I've never, had the desire to kind of, put the two together like it was a garnish.
Yeah. I mean, it's good. It's good on it. Coleslaw is great on hot dogs, but
Okay.
I think we do like a sweet and sour collard green and cabbage coleslaw. So I want to use like have you ever had sorghum? It's like a syrup.
No.
It's good. It's sweet, but I want to do like that in apple cider vinegar with like red onion and some carrot, some pickled mustard seeds, and just like toss this all together. So it's like this sweet and sour coleslaw, but made with collard greens, which can be bitter. So sweet and sour and bitter is really, really good together. And then, you gotta have watermelon.
Mm-hmm.
So, and I think watermelon, you get a bunch of it. So probably 2 or 3 big ones, and you cut it into cubes, and then you make like a salad with it, but a very simple salad. So like just really cold watermelon with like some flaky sea salt, and then just like some mint that you just chop up and throw in there, and you just like let it hang out.
And
Yeah.
no other fruit, just the watermelon.
Just that, just
Okay.
watermelon salad.
Okay.
Watermelon and feta is good because feta is very salty.
Okay.
Yeah, so you see watermelon feta salads everywhere, but there's a reason for it because it's really delicious. And then I think for dessert, we gotta have lots of stuff with peaches, so maybe peach pie.
Mm-hmm.
Then we gotta have peach ice cream.
Mm-hmm.
I'm thinking that we could do like strawberry shortcake, maybe blueberry pie, because it all needs to be red, white, and blue.
Okay.
We could have like a really cool like slushy machine with like some type of watermelon drink in it.
Okay.
And that would be good. Definitely have to have spiked sweet tea.
Mm-hmm.
You could even do sweet tea slushies. Yeah. If you have a slushy machine.
Interesting.
Mm-hmm. Sweet tea slushies. They're good. I'm telling you, I used to do them. Yeah.
And where they sell those at?
They don't sell them
You
anywhere
don't
now.
sell them. You have to make them.
Yeah, you got to make them.
Okay.
Yeah. And I think like definitely blueberry lemonade or like a red, white, and blue lemonade.
Okay.
So, lemons, blueberries, watermelon. You could probably use some vodka in that.
Or some rum.
You can do rum, yeah. Rum would be good with it too.
You do rum cake.
Mm-hmm. You could. You could do rum cake.
I mean, if we just want to be, George Washington nostalgic with it.
Yeah, definitely Coca-Cola.
Okay.
And I think Coca-Cola on 4th of July is very important. Like, they've always been a super patriotic company, and they put, like, flags on their cans for 4th of July, and they do a lot of cool stuff. And I think Coca-Cola on the 4th of July is the play. But I do like Pepsi for one particular reason better than Coke, and that is with pizza.
Okay.
Pepsi works better with pizza.
All right.
As a pairing, as a food and drink pairing, Pepsi is better with pizza. I think
so the only specialty drink would be something, watermelon something.
Blueberry watermelon lemonade for sure.
Okay.
And then you got to have some type of sweet tea. Spiked sweet tea in the South is what it is.
Okay.
I think definitely Coca-Cola. You got to have Coca-Cola, and then beer. But and I think that there's great beers. There's a beer brand called 30A near us. Grayton Beach Brewing Company, and they make a beer called 30A, and it's called Beach Blonde, and it's pretty good.
Okay.
Yeah.
So as far as beer etiquette, I'm not a beer drinker, but they have so many different ones. They got like light and just all kinds of. So when you
want the lightest beer
beer
possible on 4th of July.
Okay, so you are just buying one kind of beer
I mean,
for the most part.
A lot of times on 4th of July, I think people show up with their own, too.
Okay.
But if you're going to have some for your guests, then I think like a nice light beer is fine.
Okay.
Miller High Life.
Okay.
Beach 38 Beach Blonde.
All right.
Something along with that. And yeah, I think that's a good menu. I think some ribs and some barbecue chicken and some street corn and potato salad and coleslaw and watermelon and peach ice cream and shortcakes. I think that's all good. But coming up next, we're going to talk music, drinks, decor, and how to set the vibe for your 4th of July so it feels like a true celebration. Stay tuned. 90.7 WKGC.
I don't think what scientists are asking for is a science without politics. I think what they're nervous about is that the science itself becomes a servant of politics.
I'm Natalie Kitroeff. That's Today on the Daily from the New York Times.
Weekdays at 5:30 p.m. on WKGC 90.7 FM.
I'm a pretty great multitasker. I can wash dishes and do laundry. I can roller skate while walking my dog. I can even order lunch while doing my homework. But I can't use my phone while driving. A distracted driver is one of the leading causes of death in the United States. So when it comes to driving, please, don't be a multitasker.
Don't drive distracted. A message brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, Project Yellow Light, and the Ad Council.
Welcome back to 90.7 WKGC. This is Doing Dinner. I am Chef Chris, your host, and today we are planning a 4th of July cookout, or a dinner party, whatever you want to see. Whether it's 20 people or 100 people or 5 people, it doesn't really matter because all the food that we described in the last segment feeds a crowd, or you can feed just a few. But in the third segment, every show, we like to talk about the feel. So we like to set the scene, like the music, the decor, and what it looks like and feels like for a 4th of July party. And first and foremost, you got to have fireworks. Even if you don't like to shoot them off, like somebody there does.
Yeah, right. They can take them out. I don't have to be in the general area.
No. And the feel of the 4th of July is kind of what makes it special. Like it feels like a different day. Whenever you're like, if you're out in the community, it's a very community-driven holiday. So, like, as a country, I think people come together and then individual communities come together. But I think for, like, decor, the things that I always like to see are, like red bandana napkins, and I like to see the color blue, which we normally don't use a whole lot in food service. So I think in backyard settings it's appropriate. But maybe get, like, some blue enamel plates or, like, some American flag plates. 4th of July can be kind of a kitschy holiday. It's like these little knickknacks and like paper plates, and it's all got to be disposable because no one wants to spend their 4th of July washing dishes.
And you're wearing red, white, and blue everything.
Red, white, and blue.
Napkins, the cups.
Everything. It's one of the easiest holidays to do if you're not very creative. You can just go to the store and buy all of it. But I like that it's like mismatched tables and chairs. Like, sometimes it's not pretty, but it's fun and it's good and it's delicious, and the 4th of July has a very unique smell. It smells like backyard barbecues and things and fireworks.
Right.
But you can do some string lights. If you have a good firework view, if you have watched public fireworks, I think the most important thing about 4th of July is to have American flags, and they're pretty easy to come by.
Yes.
And you can do, like, a lot of, like, American flag themed things, tablecloths and all of that. It's the most American it can get. But, like, very, like, nostalgic and patriotic, too. This is the picture I would paint for this one, so it's not meant to be super fancy. Everyone showing up can be very comfortable.
Okay, pretty laid back.
I think pretty laid back.
Family/community driven.
Yeah.
It's all about communing with each other.
It is. And then, like, you can get blue lights and, like, red lights, the little string lights, and hang them up. I think that would be cool. And music. Music on 4th of July is easy. I mean, like...
What are we listening to? You said it's easy.
I mean, Bruce Springsteen, Born in the USA is a pretty good one.
Okay.
You know what song I like for 4th of July? You're going to laugh at me. Nelly's Hot in Here.
Okay.
It's a great 4th of July song. Marvin Gaye, Ain't No Mountain High Enough. That's a good one. Let's see.
Okay, I'm feeling a lot better about coming to your party.
God Bless America by Ray Charles. Jimi Hendrix. Jimi Hendrix, if you've never listened to Jimi Hendrix rendition of the national anthem, it is amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It is rock star. But yeah, like there's so many great, like Katy Perry has a song called Fireworks that's really good.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like American Woman by Lenny Kravitz. Come on, that's a good one.
Yeah,
we're building a great playlist.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, Grand Funk Railroad, American Pie. Yeah.
I'm hoping we get all of these songs playing on the 4th of July.
Me too, man. Like Jack and Diane by John Cougar Mellencamp. You know?
Uh-huh.
Yeah. Chicken Fried by Zach Brown Band. Like, there's, like, I was writing these before the show, and I was like, wow, there's a great list of American songs. You know, Party in the USA by Miley Cyrus. Come on.
Mm-hmm.
You know, they're, like...
yeah, it's a lot more than you think, just off the top of your head, you know, when you just really think about it.
Yeah, I mean, like, Toby Keith is known for doing a bunch of patriotic stuff. So is Tom Petty, too. But I think, like, even songs like, as much as I don't want to say it, songs like Sweet Home Alabama are very, very American, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah, like, a good one is Freedom with Kendrick and Beyonce. That's a good one.
Okay, yes,
Yeah.
yes. I think I just saw that maybe about 4 days ago.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And, I mean,
again, rather.
Yeah. I mean, but we also have to talk some safety, too. Like, if you're going to shoot off fireworks, please do it responsibly. Please don't drink. If you're going to drink on 4th of July, please use ride sharing and drive safe.
Mm-hmm.
No drinking and driving, you know?
Yeah, and that's my thing with the fireworks, that, you know, just like people out shooting guns, you know, that stuff is coming down somewhere.
It is. It is.
And so, you know, just something to think about.
And, I mean, like, I think 4th of July is good for games.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have an active group, I love volleyball.
Mm-hmm.
You know, a lot of people forget about volleyball, but it's pretty fun to play. And I think it's one of those things that you can do as a group. And wiffle ball. Have you ever played?
What is wiffle ball?
Wiffle ball is like plastic ball with a yellow bat.
Okay, that you catch it in?
Yeah, and
okay. They
wiffle
got
ball.
that little frisbee thing too.
Yeah.
With the
Frisbee's a good one.
Yeah, and they got frisbee with some little gates.
Yeah.
I don't know what that's about, but I've seen it.
And I mean, we don't really talk a whole lot about drinking games on the show, but Flip Cup is one of them. There's a drinking game called Flip Cup where you try to flip the cup and you got to catch it, and it's a team game. And then there's beer pong, which you could do, like, you could put anything in the cups. Mm-hmm. It doesn't have to be beer, right? But it's
yeah, it just creates that team spirit.
Yeah. And you know, just because I'm kind of fun and I just want to do fun things, like I would hide like miniature hot dog stickers. I'd print out miniature hot dog stickers and hide them throughout wherever and be like, whoever finds the most hot dog stickers gets something, which can be fun. Just people walking around looking for hot dogs, like a scavenger hunt for hot dogs.
That does sound fun.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we could do a pie eating contest.
Mm-hmm.
So this could be a really, really fun party. Cornhole is definitely going to be like there. Everyone's doing cornhole these days, but yeah. And then you could like separate in teams. You could have like red cups and blue cups.
Mm-hmm. So
your team red cup or your team blue cup. You know?
Right. And once you start thinking about different activities, then the ideas just start flowing.
Yeah, they do. Because there's so much to do on the 4th of July. Or swim. Like, if you have a pool, I think being in the water on the 4th of July, if you're blessed enough to be near the water, is a really good thing. I like horseshoes and those outdoor
sack
games.
Race.
Tug of war, sack races.
Yes.
Yeah.
It's a lot of stuff just to enjoy outside.
And we can do watermelon rolling races, too. Imagine that. You got to
watermelon rolling?
Yeah, but you can't use your hands or your feet to move them.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah. And then
it's gonna be on the ground.
It's gonna be on
not
the
on
ground.
the table.
You're gonna be nudging it along like with your head,
like an inchworm.
Yeah. My money's going on whoever has the biggest head. Just moving it along. You know.
I know. We need people to let us, take photos of their 4th of July events, because I'd like to see some of this stuff.
Yeah, and I mean, like, you can do cool things like, I think that like having fun carnival type games at a 4th of July party is cool, like balloon pop and like, those types of things are fun because we only play them on carnivals and like.
Right.
I think that they don't get enough love.
Right, and a lot of stuff is only happening at kids' parties.
Yeah.
So it would be nice to bring some of those elements into adult gatherings.
It is.
I mean, they don't have to, pin the tail on a donkey, but they could pin the tail on something.
Yeah, they can do that. You know what game I really like too is Giant Jenga. Yeah.
Yes.
And I think it's like the perfect game for like a 4th of July gathering too,
Mm-hmm.
because a lot of people can play it.
Yes.
So. The
and it would be interesting for other people to be watching it.
Oh, yeah.
And around watching because it's so big.
Yeah, because, I mean, it is entertainment, And the entertainment is, like, very simple. Like, we have a great playlist of American-based songs, and then we have, the TV's probably not playing a whole lot, cause unless you were watching the hot dog eating contest, which is what I would have on the TV 24/7. I would just, like, go to the YouTube channel and just play it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, especially for people that didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah, it is a thing. You can watch it. I think it starts at like 10 o'clock in the morning on 4th of July. Yeah, it goes for 10 minutes. I wonder what the world record of most hot dogs ate was. You could have a hot dog eating contest. I would do pretty well.
You say you would do pretty well.
I think I could eat at least 5 hot dogs.
And it usually be the slim people that can just pack stuff away too.
Yeah?
Yeah, it's normally those slim people that can just make
they
that happen.
can just eat a lot, yeah. I think a good idea for this would be like the disposable cameras, because everyone uses their phone now, but it's like, and I love that. I love that we all have the power of pictures in our hands, but getting like disposable cameras and like having like a prop station with 4th of July stuff and like having to develop the photos would be kind of fun to do.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. And people could take keepsakes home with them at that time.
Yes, they could. And, like, we're eating peach ice cream, and so you better have a fridge nearby, or a freezer. Because it's hot in Florida right now. It is 100 degrees outside.
Yeah.
And ice cream melts quick, but it is delicious. Homemade peach ice cream is fantastic, and it's something that everyone should do, because, why not? I think peaches are very summer, and that's why it works on the 4th of July, because 4th of July is in the middle of the summer. It's usually very hot. I know me, personally, I want to have a lot of water elements at my party, so, maybe having, like, some slip and slides, some pools, or like jump house pools, or whatever it is. I think you got to have water involved on 4th of July.
Yeah.
And number one, it keeps you cool, and number two, it's a lot of fun. Slip and slide races are a blast.
And I guess it could be, water balloon fights somewhere.
Water balloon fights, yes.
Along the course of the afternoon.
I think that's a really, really good idea.
Okay. And people are casually dressed, and so.
Yeah.
Don't wear your good stuff to be walking out in this grass with the fire ants.
Every 4th of July party comes along with fire ants.
Yes.
And they actually do. Somebody is getting bit by an ant. If it's not ants, it's mosquitoes. Which neither are my favorite, but hey, whatever. I think cool ideas for July 4th decorations are easy to come by. I think it's the easiest holiday that we have to decorate for. It's just like buy red, white, and blue stuff and put out American flags. And if you do that, it's going to look good. and it's going to be patriotic, and people are going to like it.
Yeah,
so,
right. Yeah. And you could put the different color tablecloths on different tables, and there's your red, white, and blue.
That's it. Grab some sparklers and some Roman candles and go with it.
People think you just put in a whole lot of thought.
Yeah. Well, we'll close out with some reflection and ask for calls, because, this holiday isn't just about what we eat. It's about why we gather. This is 90.7 WKGC. Stay tuned. Last segment coming up.
Composer Malek Jandali infused this new piece with traditional sounds from Syria. He says, when the Syrian civil war has taken so many lives, it's his duty to preserve his culture through music. This new concerto by Malek Jandali on the next Performance Today from APM.
Weekdays at 6 p.m. on WKGC.
Make 90.7 WKGC your official 4th of July music station. From 9 a.m. until midnight, we will be your source for commercial-free music to accompany your events and festivities. From marching band standards to energetic folk, pop, and rock, we will have the mix you're looking for this Independence Day. Be sure to tune to 90.7 FM, stream online at WKGC.org, or listen through your favorite radio app.
Welcome back to 90.7 WKGC. This is Doing Dinner. I'm your host, Chef Chris, and today we have planned out our 4th of July gathering. And 4th of July is next week, and we talked about what 4th of July means to a lot of people. It is next Friday, by the way. Mm-hmm. So it's tomorrow. It'll be 1 week tomorrow.
I know, and almost everything is closed.
Everything is almost closed. Well, if you would like to give us a call, Angela will give you the number, and then I can repeat it, or I can start first. It's 850-772-6803, and talk about your 4th of July. What do you like to eat? What are your family traditions? We want to hear all about it, and because I don't think freedom is just red, white, and blue. I think it's a very colorful holiday for everyone, and it's a lot of fun, And if you got playlists of Springsteen and Beyonce back to back, like, come on now. It gives us reason to laugh and smile. And
right.
Just don't burn the hot dogs.
No, please don't.
Or the cheeseburgers. Or the ribs. Please don't burn the ribs.
No. Whatever you do not burn the ribs. That's
don't
the
burn
most
the
important dish of the day.
It is. The ribs are... And, I mean, like, the cookout is the original American table. Like, we've been cooking out with food, and it's a language to us almost, Like, every bite we take comes from somewhere. Mm-hmm. And, like, the barbecue tells a story of, like, survival, and fried chicken of resistance and soul, and watermelon is, like, it's about celebration. Like, you buy a watermelon and eat it, usually during some type of celebration. So your plate reminds you of what our story is in America, and that's fun. And I think that food is best shared over, or stories are best shared over food and drink. I truly believe that. And dinner parties are a cool way of doing that. And I'm doing more and more dinner parties now, which is a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah. But I like it. It brings a lot of joy and gratitude, the 4th of July does. You see little kids with sparklers, and, it's probably 5-year-old, first time they get to hold something that's burning. And if... the one thing that does bother me about 4th of July is people that do fireworks too late. Because a lot of people have dogs. Okay. And dogs don't necessarily really love those big booms. Because the 4th of July is a very loud holiday.
It is.
It is.
All day.
Mm-hmm. One time I was on a plane on 4th of July. I was flying. And, like, you could just see all the fireworks going off. Mm. Yeah. And I was coming back from New York City. I was flying home from New York City on the 4th of July at night. So it was kind of cool to, like, watch all these fireworks down the East Coast. Mm. Yeah, it was really, really cool, actually. So, but, I think that's what 4th of July means. I mean, I think, like, playing Jimi Hendrix, like, I see, like, Jimi Hendrix on a guitar, like, at Woodstock playing, and, like, it's in, like, food on the table and fireworks shooting off and people on boats and swimming and, like, fun games. Because it is, like, the 4th of July is kind of a competitive holiday,
Yes.
So.
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. including the drunk uncle.
The crazy uncle? I'm the crazy uncle.
You say you the crazy uncle.
I'm the crazy uncle. I'm a really cool crazy uncle. Yep, that's me. But even then, like, in our, because I teach at Gulf Coast State College, I teach culinary. There's two other chefs that teach with me. One, her name is Mandy Gainey, and she's like the culinary mom.
Okay.
And then there's Chef Jacob Fravel, and he's like the culinary dad. And then, so that makes me the crazy uncle.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's fun. Like, I play that role pretty well. And, I do fun things. And I do take my job seriously. And I do love doing dinner parties. And people hire me all the time to do them. That is one of my jobs that I do. So whenever I get to create things in people's homes, like, I bring a certain amount of energy. And, like, I am the entertainment. So I like that.
Exactly. And that's the sign of a great chef. He's supposed to be able to chef while entertaining.
Yeah. Sometimes those lines get crossed a little bit, but it's definitely interesting whenever people want to have a fun party. Sometimes parties are very formal, and those are cool too because you get to do a lot of things a little bit different. But being able to pivot or be a chameleon and like change on a dime to what people want is a lot of fun, and I love that about what I do.
So are you working some events on the 4th?
I'm not working on 4th of July. I'm going to take probably next week and just chill.
Okay.
And and then the college is going to ramp back up here, and probably the second week of July I'll start coming back in every day to get ready for the next semester.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Yeah, and it's fun. Like, we have Gulf Coast State College culinary program is really good. And we do a really good job. We have a cool restaurant that's open twice a week, and it's really hard to get reservations at, but it is open. Yeah.
Do you have an event coming up that requires reservations? I know you do dinner parties here on campus.
Yeah. No, I don't. I do have, let's see, one that we do have coming up is the Gulf Coast State College Foundation event, but it's in November, I think.
Okay.
That one will be fun.
Okay.
That one we're doing 4 stations, and it's like earth, wind, fire, and air.
Okay.
Or earth, air, fire, something else. But it's like elemental. So each element, like, we'll have a fire station, and it's going to be like a live fire. And then we'll have like a water station where it's like, I think we're going to do like a really cool ice carving that has like, incorporates into the food.
Okay.
Yeah.
You guys do ice sculptures here as well.
Yeah, we do. Yeah.
Okay. It's just a all around full service. Now, before we recap our menu for this 4th of July celebration, we need to let people know where they can follow you at. Yeah.
You can follow me on social media at chef_Chris_I on Instagram, or just my name, Christopher Christenfinger on Facebook. And you can see all the food that I do and the things that I...
Wait, you got pictures of food, too?
Mostly it's all pictures of food, yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And stories. I love writing, so I write a lot about the food I cook and the why behind of what I do. So, yeah, you can follow me at chef_Chris_I or on Facebook. And I'm there. And you can also download us. We are a podcast now.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, we are a podcast. You can catch us at, what are we, WKGC?
WKGC, on like any of your podcast service. Apple Podcasts, Spotify, we're on all of it. Mm-hmm. So, and it's cool. Like, you can go listen to other shows. I think the show comes out the day after we do live. Mm-hmm. So, yeah. And then you get to, be like, oh, he was talking about ribs. I forgot what he said. You can go pull it up,
Right.
Yeah.
Right, but don't be checking me about stuff I said, okay?
And today's age intro is called "Don't At Me, Bro."
Right.
Don't at me, bro. Don't at me about my St. Louis ribs with my brown sugar bourbon glaze, or my Coca-Cola brine barbecue chicken quarters. I love those. I like grilling chicken. I might grill chicken today.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, that's what we're going to do for our menu. Our menu is going to be ribs and Coca-Cola brine barbecue chicken, grilled sweet corn salad, or just on the cob. You can take it off if you want. If you don't like eating corn on the cob, some people don't like it because it gets stuck in their teeth, but I like it on the cob, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
But if you cook it in the husk, then those little strings.
Yeah, then the strings come off easy.
Right. That's the reason enough.
Yeah. Cook it in the husk, and they'll come right off. You can microwave it, too, for like 30 seconds, and just peel them, and it comes right off.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, super easy. And, let's see, potato salad, loaded potato salad. Man. And coleslaw, sweet and sour coleslaw. Obviously, you have to have watermelon everywhere, because that's just what it is. I haven't had watermelon yet this summer. I need to get some. So, Saturdays, downtown Panama City Market on Saturdays is amazing. You should go. You should buy local vegetables. There's actually this past one, two of my very favorite things to eat in Bay County are at the market. The first one is My Island Chicken, and it's a food truck.
Okay.
And they do like Polynesian style food.
Okay.
But I'm telling you what, it's probably some of the best food in Bay County. It's really, really good. Like, stupid level good. Their ribs, unbelievable. Their chicken, outrageous. Their macaroni salad's good.
Too?
Oh, it's...
Okay. See, I'm on the lookout for some really good ribs. And I
Their
haven't
ribs.
yet to find them. And that's not to say I've been everywhere.
Yeah.
But I haven't found them yet.
I think Yard Bar is doing like a bunch of like pickup specials. I know in Port St. Joe, Sparks Barbecue is one of my favorites. They do like a bunch of 4th of July specials.
Okay.
But yeah, 4th of July is very barbecue, and you don't have to cook. Like, there's plenty of people out there that are doing things that you can just pick up, and, you know, if you want fried chicken, go to Publix. It's good. Like, it's good fried chicken. And, yeah, I mean, that's what I love about 4th of July. It's like, you can kind of just, it's always a smorgasbord. It's like hot dogs next to hamburgers with fried chicken and macaroni salad and potato salad and, like, all this different stuff, you know?
Yeah.
Especially if you're hosting a party or you're going to a party.
Right. And like you said, you don't have to cook. You can go somewhere and, you know, you can cook the meat and get your sides somewhere else. You know, you can, hey, there's ways around.
I mean, baked beans have been served on the 4th of July forever.
Yes.
So, like, you still got to do it, you know?
Yeah.
And you can make baked beans from scratch, but there's one brand in particular that just does it better than everybody else. Bush's.
Okay.
Like,
all right.
You know, you can dress up some Bush's and still feel pretty good about it because they're pretty delicious, right? They're not they're not bad at all.
And another thing that we did, you know, take away from today's show is when you boil, you know, use eggs that are a little bit older.
Yep.
They peel
easier.
And salt and vinegar.
Salt and vinegar.
I would just put salt in the water.
Yeah.
And they just wouldn't peel.
Yeah, if they're like really fresh eggs, they're hard to peel.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, well, the 4th of July is joyful. It means something different depending on where you sit at the table, where your table is. But one thing it means across the board is it brings us together, and being together is the point of dinner parties. So, I cooked for a family recently where like 3 generations have passed down traditions of eating biscuits and peaches on 4th of July. And they told me about it. And I was like, well, that's really cool. Like 3 generations of this. You know, so for your 4th of July, eat something real, start a tradition, feed your people, light a few sparks, and know that whether you're at a big table or a fold out one on your porch, which I also like, on the 4th of July, we're all part of something that's bigger. I'm Chef Chris, and this has been Doing Dinner on 90.7 WKGC. Happy Independence Day, everybody. Stay safe, stay full, and send off those fireworks.
Nothing but the blues, baby. I'm Dr. Sky Dobro. And I'm Shuffle Shoes, and we invite you to hear some of the best blues anywhere. Right here on the Friends of the Blues radio show. You'll hear great artists such as Howlin' Wolf, Delbert McClinton, the Reba Russell Band. It's the Friends of the Blues. Won't you join us every week?
Thursdays at 8 p.m. on WKGC.
On last week's Wait, Jeff Hillard doubted he would buy the new Trump phone.
I fell for the state. I fell for the college. I fell for the ties. Fool me once, then you can do it 3 more times. But that's it.
Yeah, that's it. I'm Peter Sagal. You can trust that you will enjoy this week's show with special guest Anna Kendrick. That's this week's news quiz from NPR.
Saturdays at 10 a.m. on WKGC.
TRIO's Student Support Services program has been a pillar on Gulf Coast State College's campus.
You're listening to 90.7 FM WKGC, Panama City.